What is up, everybody? Welcome to Geeks Around Discussion Vidcast series. I'm your executive producer, DeAno Jackson. We are, of course, here for our penultimate Arrow discussion. This episode of This Is Your Sword, of course, the title, once again, as all penultimate episodes of Arrow are, named after a Bruce Springsteen song. Hey, everybody has to have their thing. Let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the panel before we get into this, starting off with our editor-in-chief, Matt Moore. What did you think of this episode, Matt?
I thought it was a really good episode. I got confused a little towards the end because of my wild speculation, but we'll get into that later, I'm sure.
All right, sounds good. Continuing the party, Charles Wheaton, what did you think of this one?
I enjoyed it. There was a bunch of parts that I did have a problem with, but there was also a bunch of stuff that I actually enjoyed, and I will get into it as the hangout progresses.
All right, man. Sounds good. Isaiah,
just skip them.
You hated everything. Just briefly say if there was anything that you liked about this episode at all.
Okay, it's about this. This is why you guys did me, and then we move on.
Right. So, moving right along, last and most certainly not least, Mr. Lurad, what did you think of this episode, man?
I enjoyed it. It had its ups and its downs, but other than that, it was still a pretty decent episode.
Yeah, so normally I'm the one that's like, I love this show. Y'all know I love this show. And normally it's like I don't complain about things. So I'm just going to get complaints out of the way immediately. Because in this episode, as much as I did like this episode, just kind of on its own, there were a lot of things that I felt weren't done properly. There was a whole lot of missed opportunities in this episode. Let's just jump in first and foremost. The reveal that Oliver is kind of pulling the wool over Ra's al Ghul's eyes. Why in the fuck did that happen now and not in, say, the finale when it would have been more relevant? It's like, I mean, that they spent in last week's episode this whole time building up the fact that, you know, that Oliver had joined the dark side and he had cast away his Oliver Queen identity and become Al-Sahim. And then they spent the entire last hour doing that, only to throw it completely away in the first moments of this episode.
Yeah,
and that's where I was confused, and that's what I was saying in the opening, is that they threw it away. They made it obvious that Oliver is indeed working against Ra's al Ghul, but then in the last half of the episode, they didn't try to build it back up as if he were. They tried to build up the suspense as if he really truly were mad and he was just triple playing us or some shit.
Yeah.
that's terrible.
The suspense. The suspense. I'm using finger quotes here because that's my second complaint about this one. Just give me a second, Isaiah. Because I know you want to jump in, but I just got to get the shot because it's just been bugging me. I actually stayed up late because CW actually started doing something cool. Like, I mean, most of you guys know that I watch episodes on Hulu, and normally that's not available until like very later on in the next day. But in the case of CW shows, they started actually putting those up at midnight. So it's like as soon as it hit midnight, I was sitting there watching it, and just all this has been stewing since then. The supposed cliffhanger of this entire episode, you know. Everybody in the room and the Alpha Omega virus is released, and oh no, is Oliver gonna let his friends die? Oh fuck! Right off.
I know, it's so predictable.
Well, everybody here that thought there was the slightest chance that we're gonna lose every single major character on the show.
I don't.
Right, I can't say.
The second that they threw the thing into that little cell area, I knew it wasn't even the Alpha Omega drug. It had to have been some sort of knockout.
No, it took you that long? No, that's just it. Is Ra's al Ghul has not had the Alpha Omega drug in his hand ever at any point in time. Maseo did not give him the Alpha Omega.
Yeah, let's throw it out there now. He didn't give him no drug.
No, fuck that.
No.
Well, that I don't know if I agree with. It's like I think there's a chance he might have, but it's like there's one thing I know for damn sure, that wasn't fucking it.
Right. It was like
like I said, knockout gas.
Whoa,
yeah.
No.
Hey, well, either that or it really was the Alpha Omega virus, and then the next episode, Oliver is going to heal them with a fucking magic herb.
Oh no, he's gonna put him. No, he's gonna put him in the Lazarus Pit. No, the Lazarus Pit, like really, Oliver, in the Lazarus Pit.
Lazarus Pit also runs on fucking magic herbs, probably.
Hey, you never know. Sometimes
Probably.
it can go both ways. It can go both ways.
Yeah, it isn't the water of the Lazarus Pit that causes the effect. There, it's the herbs that grow underneath it, in the base of it, and the water soaks up all of that magical herby goodness, and that's why you have people like Roz who are able to live for hundreds of years.
No. Here's
That's my wild speculation.
Here's my wild speculation on that is if Ra's al Ghul has the Alpha and Omega, then that's a big if in my opinion. Oliver has spent the past 3 years making sure that Starling he put the fucking cure in the groundwater. I'm telling you, the entire fucking city is inoculated already.
Okay, let me say this out now. Let me just say this.
It's gotta be.
Let me say this now. Okay, since remember when we had that big Mary Cure bullshit, like already like, oh, I know how to cure it. You do? How? Well, why you tell me first? Well, I was embarrassed. Bitch, please look at all the destruction. And here we are, basically ground zero again. It's like this. It can go 2 ways. Either you actually are poisoned by Alpha and Omega, and Oliver pulls a Days Next Machina out of his ass, like, oh yes, here you go. Or, like we said, it could be knockout gas. Either way, what's the fucking point? There is no fucking point now. I mean, it killed the suspense at all. Like, hey, Oliver's playing Ra's al Ghul. Like, oh, thank you very much, writers. Because let's be honest here, we was going to this episode, we was gonna be all hyped, we were gonna be all super excited, like, oh, it's gonna be a badass episode. Wait a minute, what? Malcolm? Where's Malcolm here? Oh, fuck, really, writers? Really? You could have just said it to the very end, but no.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they could have at least had 2 episodes building up, because the way that I thought in my head it was going to go down, that's why last week I was really excited about this episode. Right. I figured it'd be this big thing, Team Arrow trying to come together, and at this point they're not trying to save Oliver, but they're just trying to stop him, and it'd be this whole major thing, them going to Nanda Parbat and all this, and then, in the finale, that's when it's revealed that Oliver was just playing the game. He was trying to get in with the league in order to dismantle him. Right. And, that's why the name of the episode is "My Name Is Oliver Queen," because that's when he declares himself, not Al Sahim but Oliver Queen, and it was going to be this whole big cool thing, and they just completely screwed it up, removing any conceivable sense of tension from this episode at all.
Right, and then lead on from there is that they're going to destroy Starling City. Wow, really? Where have we seen this before? Oh yeah, there was Slade, and there was some other bullshit, and it's just pretty much because they're just copying and pasting from other songs that worked beforehand, but it's not. They put it more better like this. When Hannibal, when like one character who was assumed that was dead was by the hands of Will, they was playing up the notion. Will didn't do it because we gave that motion, but they did a lot of like illusion tactics. It was like he actually did do it, but it comes to find out at the end of the episode, he didn't really do it. So that was really good storytelling, pretty much weaving in and out. They didn't destroy the illusion, they destroyed the atmosphere of what this character was going to become at the end of the season. Because if he was like brainwashed, it would have been super cool. He got his memory back at the end of the episode. That still would have been cool. But since you destroyed it, like in a matter of seconds, what's the fucking point doing speculation? What's really the fucking point? Because we're gonna know obviously of everything else. Because we've seen season 1, we see season 2. So what's the fucking point? I'm sorry. What's the point?
The point is just to make you mad.
No, make everyone else mad. Like, come on, this is bullshit. This is bullshit storytelling. Which it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I actually could have to agree with that. It's like, because they spent so long setting this whole thing up only to dismantle it in the very next episode. So it was like everything they spent episode 221 doing, Al Sahim, they just, there was no point in doing it because they immediately took it back. Immediately.
Right. And also, as insult to injury, we got a good build up from the beginning that Ra's al Ghul wanted to heir to his throne, like for Oliver Queen, because that was really cool. It was really good build up there. But now we know about this big stupid ass reveal in the last the first second of the episode. It's like, oh, so all that build up in head on shit. What's the fucking point now? There's no fucking point. I'm sorry, folks, but there's no fucking point in watching the show. Wait till next season. You gotta wait for next season to be disappointed again.
But next season we'll have a different catastrophe in the city.
Oh my god!
Catastrophe?
A different what?
It'll be a different catastrophe.
What's it gonna be? It's gonna be high.
It's the first season. They want to do this. The second season, Slade wants to fucking make everybody super strong.
No.
This
Season 4, there's going to be a guy in full armor. He's going to call himself the Arkham Knight, and he's going to run around.
No, the Starling Knight. No, the Starling Knight.
It's a Starling Knight. I'm sorry. He's going to be the Starling Knight, and he's going to work with, I don't know, some character that has like a. Oh, he's going to work with Vertigo with this scare toxin.
Fuck Vertigo. Fuck him.
And they're gonna cordon off the entire city. And Oliver's gonna have to work with all his buddies to take down. And he's gonna have an Aeromobile.
Oh, just like Batman.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's everything like Batman.
But Matt, he already has the Aeromobile. It's the black van.
That's true too.
Well, now it's gonna have guns on it and shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you need guns?
Now Oliver, who of course is now committed to not using guns, is going to have a car that has guns on it, because that's how it works.
And it's going to be designed by Felicity.
Wait a minute, I have a question though, a really good question. So Oliver doesn't kill people, correct? I mean, I can
Oliver kills when the time needs for him to kill.
Right, so he killed that one guy.
People as often anymore.
But he killed that one guy who was in that stupid illusion, like that dream sequence bullshit. Like, he killed that guy. He literally killed that guy. Remember when you saw Deagle, and he wasn't really Deagle, he killed this one guy. It was an illusion effect.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
in the last episode, but he could combat that by saying, I was under the magical sensor.
No, it does not work like that anymore. I'm sorry, Leroy, but when you
I had that magical tea that Roz gave me and made me kill.
Because, that's bullshit right there, too, because if he had that magical tea, why would you see Malcolm Merlin? Again, this bros on a stupid bullshit that they just explore.
Oh, don't talk about Malcolm Merlin. He's a bitch.
He is a bitch. It was so obvious. And he just...
I want to be your servant again, Roz. Please don't kill me, Roz. Roz, please!
No, Roz, no. Here's the thing. Roz is like a pimp named Slipback. And
Christ.
And Malcolm was like one of his hookers. Like, oh, no, don't hit me again, please. I want to work for you again, please.
I swear, Malcolm is the worst double agent ever.
For real.
Yeah.
It's like every time he stood in front of Roz, it's like he's pretty much just bent over and spread his ass cheeks and like, take me now.
Here's your money.
Are we allowed to say that about a character played by a gay man?
Oh, he's gay?
Well, see, the way I got it figured, if the actor was straight, I still would have said that, so it's okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works.
I mean, the only funny thing is, I want to know, in all honesty, I want to know why Lura and Whedon liked it. And even Matt, why he likes this episode so much. Even you, DeAno, because for me, I could not like it.
Isaiah, unlike you, it's just a show. I don't care what they do. They made me enjoy it.
How?
I'm not going to go into it.
I am going to say...
It didn't match.
Wait, let Charles hop in. Go ahead, Charles.
Yes.
I was just going to say the reason why I enjoyed this episode was simply one reason, and that was Katana. Tatsu.
Really?
I thought she was awesome. She was badass in this episode.
She was okay.
Yeah, I actually have to agree with that. It's like when a week ago when the screen caps first came out showing Katana, is like at first I was like kind of meh on her outfit. It looked a little bit too cartoony to me until I actually saw it on the show. I was like, okay, you know what? This works. This actually plays, and she was a badass. The fight between her and her ex-husband was probably the highlight of this episode.
But if you take that out,
Okay, I mean, I know we were doing a little bit of a complaining session, but
one more.
to me. Go ahead.
I'll say it real quick. Another thing that I thought was badass was Adam versus the fighter jet.
oh god,
Really? That was so pathetic. Fighter jet didn't match with the one on the ground. Two, since when did his hands have like iron plates on them for him to fly through a fucking fighter jet?
No, he's Iron Man ripoff again.
And then three,
I still thought it was cool. So you know what? Fuck both of you.
That fucking landing should have killed him because he's not surrounded by an Iron Man complete outfit.
I don't care. Like you said yourself about 3 minutes ago, it's just a TV show.
Yeah, it's just a TV show, but Jesus Christ, did he land on a trampoline?
No,
Well,
I'll be honest.
see, what you don't understand is that the ground in Nanda Parbat is springy.
It's desert.
It's like those fucking mats they have at children's playgrounds, but not really. It's like it kind of springs a bit. Yeah, it's special ground, because of the herbs, because of the magic.
DeAno, I think you're on some magical fucking herbs.
What about you, Matt? What did you like this episode? I would like to know.
I liked it, believe it or not, because of Malcolm. Ooh.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I like the idea, like, when Oliver was first going out there. First off, him going out there without a guard, it's just like, okay, who's he going out to meet? And the first person I thought of is the only fucking person he could be talking to is Malcolm. I the second I saw Oliver going out on his own, I'm all like, okay, how's Malcolm involved in this? And I got in that story, I got the Malcolm is working for the greater good kind of thing, and I liked it. I liked the character in general, even though he can be he can be a wuss when it comes to Ra's al Ghul. You have to understand that Malcolm Merlin is the second best fighter in this entire storyline that we've had.
There's true.
No one that has beat him except Ra's al Ghul.
Right, and so here's one last question I have to put out. If they took out
to finish answering your one question, Isaiah, I also felt closure with Maseo's storyline. He did everything because of his son dying.
I understand that too, but
so that connection between his feelings for his son was heartwarming. Since I have two boys, I get it. Anything happens to your children, it's going to break you.
Right. I understand that too. But so, since we got all that out of the way, so what if they take away Maseo and his ex-wife fighting? What if they take away Malcolm became snitching on the group? With also taking away the flashbacks, because the flashbacks, they were okay, but not really all that interesting. What if they take all that away? Would this still be a good episode, knowing the fact Oliver's played all of us?
But we wouldn't have an episode.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point I'm reaching. If you take this episode and then take away all of these other things that happened in this episode, so now that pretty much you're left with an 8-minute YouTube clip, would it stop? With
the atom flying through a jet, landing on soft tissue, you should see the other guy.
This is the point, though. That's the main art. That's pretty much the main point behind it. Like, this show is just running out pretty much of ideas to do things with their own characters, and it's kind of sad though, because, like you said, with Maseo and his wife was a good one, which it was, and you got Malcolm pretty much snitching on him, which was good. But if you just take all that away, there's nothing to support it else. There's no other storytelling besides Thea and Roy bullshit and Oliver just playing as everyone like a full bullshit.
That story there, that was like, did we really need to see them get closure?
And also,
I could have did without it.
And also the Arrow team bitching again about Oliver this, Oliver that, like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up, all of you, because it just got so damn annoying. It's like, talk about something else. Talk about the weather.
That happens when you think you've been betrayed by someone who was close to you.
Oh my god, you can do that when you're fighting crime, but they did a shitty job at that. They did. Wow.
Dude, Oliver kidnapped Diggle's wife.
And left his infant baby in a house by herself.
Oh my god. Okay, get over it. You got him back. Shut the fuck up and move on. No, we gotta talk about Oliver again.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Hold on.
Yes.
You don't have a kid, so you don't know what that would feel like to come home to an empty fucking house and see your infant baby in a crib.
Okay.
There's no one there.
I don't even have a kid.
Really?
I know where Lou got that from.
I would have fucking killed the son of a bitch whoever did that to my kids.
Yeah, but they got him back though, so they're not harmed.
Oh my god. Dude, I think he needs to be black boxed for the rest of the episode.
I don't even think Isaiah is human. It's like, what human being could possibly... Well, wait, you got him back. What the hell's the big deal?
Wow.
Yeah, bigger things than
Holy shit.
That is...
Oh my god,
all I have to say is, like, that reaction was priceless. Like, I mean, as soon as Isaiah said it, it's like, all of a sudden, just everyone in the hangout freaked out. I just leaned the fuck back because I was going to say something, and then I heard y'all's reaction. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking sit here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fucking sit here.
Dude, my kids, I have a hard time leaving in the house by themselves, and they're older.
Yeah.
Think about it. My kids, they're teenagers now.
Yeah.
A fucking 3-month-old infant left alone. That's not cool.
Could be
again,
dead.
Okay, so
dead.
okay, how about this?
Basically, you're advocating the death of this kid. You're like,
seriously, that little baby could have choked on a fucking blanket.
Isaiah. I think I speak for everyone here when I say you are totally going to hell.
So what? Because you know what? No. Since this is all like all these talk about debate. Why? Okay, when him and his wife went on a mission with the Suicide Squad, and it was like a Suicide Squad mission. Did they wipe out a child? Oh no!
It wasn't alone. It was
They left her with the babysitter, a family member.
Yes, but if they died, who's gonna be with their daughter?
Oh, what the fuck?
No. So yeah, they can't say. So
Jesus Christ, bro.
I'll do it, DeAno.
Oh, you got it? Okay. I was actually doing it, but you got it? Okay.
I got it.
Wow.
I mean, Matt, I don't know if you have nieces and nephews. I know DeAno does.
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, if someone would have done that to my nieces and nephews, they'd still be finding pieces of them years later. That's just pretty point blank. Clearly, Isaiah has never had anybody that he's given a shit about ever in his entire life. Seriously, that's amazing to me. That is absolutely amazing to me.
Yeah.
Dude.
Hey, I'm so amazed that everyone got super pissed off. I was actually
I'll tell you like this. When my son and I lived alone, I would not walk outside my house without my kid. I didn't care if he was asleep, because shit can happen.
Right.
That apartment could have caught fire.
Right.
You just don't know what the fuck can happen. So how can you sit there, get over it? No, you don't get over something like that. You know how you get over it? By beating the living shit out of that person.
Right. But however, there's three things though for you. You're a caring person. You care about your kids. Very much so. Which is true, right?
Half America does.
I'm not done yet. Was it true?
He thinks he's not done yet. You don't know how close you are to being done.
You have no idea.
You are closer to done than you know.
So it's like this. If Diggle does care about his daughter, which he does, he shouldn't be doing all these crazy, stupid vigilante stuff.
It's a job. He gets
a job.
For
exactly. A job.
Isaiah.
Not that. No. Since you all
aneurysm.
No. So since you guys bitched at me because get over it. Okay, so he's doing so Dick was doing all this crazy shit.
Okay, it's like just okay. Isaiah. No. You are comparing apples to oranges.
Apples to oranges? Oh, I can't compare apples to oranges.
You are comparing two completely different things that are not similar at all. So what you're saying is that Diggle having a dangerous job is the exact same thing as somebody coming into his house, kidnapping his wife, leaving his child alone.
Yeah.
You are probably the dumbest person I have ever met in my entire life.
Okay, let's do Spider-Man for a good example. He can't talk about his stupid identity, right? Because people are going to come out and have Herman's family, right? Right. So, in other words...
Moving on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good God. We've got a bit on this too long, and all this conversation is going to do is piss off everybody here that has, a heart or a soul or is a rational human being.
Well, I will say this. Before this hangout, I was on the verge of falling asleep, but now I am definitely awake.
Yes, but you're still pissed off at Isaiah, and that's what matters.
Yeah. That's what is normal. And also we have in this episode, the wedding to end all weddings. The best wedding ever.
God.
I was kind of surprised about that. I'm surprised that wedding actually went through. Is because of the fact that I figured that Nissa is in on whatever it is that Ollie's doing. So I figured that the wedding itself was not going to fucking happen.
It was going to happen.
Somehow it's not going to be binding.
Well, Nissa couldn't really be in on what was going on because remember when Oliver accepted the becoming the heir to the demon, Nissa was still in Starling City training Laurel. She didn't even know that Oliver was back in Nanda Parbat.
Yeah,
So,
and they probably never had a chance to talk since.
Yeah. I mean,
That was sarcasm.
I felt Nissa was more mad that she can't.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Matt. And now I'm gonna facepalm myself. So yeah.
No. I'm actually, it's like you were being sarcastic, Matt, but I actually agree with that statement, though. I don't think they've had a chance to talk privately yet. I don't think that they'll have a chance to talk privately, to be alone in a room together until after the wedding. I don't think Roz would let that happen.
Make the heir.
Okay. Maybe he's trying to preserve the old superstitious tradition of tradition, whatever it is, of not seeing the bride before the actual ceremony.
Well, it's not a matter of seeing her. It's like, I mean, I'm sure he sees her all the time, but has an opportunity to be alone with her to explain, the master plan and whatnot. To be there with no bodyguards around or no daddy around or anything like that. I don't see that happening until after the wedding.
It was a nice wedding.
See that happening.
It was a nice wedding. That's the only thing that was good about this episode. It was a nice wedding.
But see, the wedding never finished.
Hey, it's the after party. Exactly.
I mean, dude, poor Nissa. She doesn't want a hot dog. She's used to the buns.
Too fucking bad. She has to deal with it, or she'll be pretty much in torture.
Well, for all we know, Nissa might be bi. She might not just be completely she might be bi.
No.
Why not? No.
Well, okay, you know what? Maybe she is. Maybe she just doesn't see Oliver like that. Because, boy, she was like, I do not want to marry him.
She hates Oliver.
She can pretend Oliver's Sarah. There you go.
In any case, my thought is if they have not talked, they're going to talk in the consummation room, and that's when they're going to take over. That's when they're basically going to go, hey, you know what? We're going to take over this shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then Oliver's obviously going to hand the League of Assassins to her. And, of course, something we haven't talked about, Felicity is going to hand Queen Consolidated over to Ollie.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that bit. It's like, I mean, it happened so quick and was just kind of thrown in there that I completely forgot about it.
Yeah,
that's going to do with it.
So basically, what happened in that scene was that now after Felicity signed that document, she is now the owner and CEO of Palmer Technologies.
In theory, yes.
Well, that's what we believe.
Yeah. So she can try to bring it back to Queen Consolidated, and then maybe. Well, I think it's pretty clear that she may not give it back to Oliver, but she'll be in charge, kind of like how Pepper Potts is with Stark Industries in Iron Man, where
she's just a CEO. He still owns that shit.
Oh yes, that's true. But all right, fine, something similar to that. So Felicity will still retain control over the company, but Oliver will be able to start using the company's resources for him being a vigilante.
That was already doing that beforehand.
That's the thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see it like I could easily see like the two of them going into like a 50-50 partnership with like Queen Consolidated or Palmer Tech or Felicity Corp, whatever the fuck they're gonna call it.
But now where does Ray go?
Who gives a fuck?
Ray
no, that's just it.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow.
Besides the Legends of Tomorrow, where is that going to be based out of?
I have no idea.
No, I'm not. What were you saying?
I was saying that Palmer Technologies was a company before it bought up a Queen Consolidated. So he probably just gave away the Queen Consolidated portion, and Palmer Technologies is probably still a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's difficult to maintain this atom armor without proper technologies. It's like it's not something breaks in that thing. It's not like the motherfucker could go to Radio Shack and shit and and get something sorted, right?
He's gonna go find Roy. Roy now works on cars. Atom.
Cars still can work on it. Yeah.
Well, Roy quit, and Roy left the country.
Well, he didn't really quit. He can always be, I don't know.
Yeah, Matt was being sarcastic, Lou.
I know. But Roy quit. Roy quit on everyone.
But hey, but Roy went out right. He got him some first, and then pew, out.
Right.
It's like, hey, thanks for the quickie. I'm out.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, damn. It's like they never thought I was gonna be able to hit that again. Woo! That felt good. All right, baby. See ya.
I'm gonna call you Phil. Peace. Hey, I couldn't blame Roy. Roy was actually like a.
It was like, I mean, shit, it's
I
like,
hate
it's
you
like,
all. Can I just say that right now? I hate you all.
When Thea
Yeah,
showed up
don't do
at the fucking shop and got that envelope, I half thought there was gonna be $100 bill in it.
Hey, last night. Here's $100.
And I'm pretty sure that Felicity would grab that $100 bill and says, hey, at least you don't think I'm cheap.
What you mean, Thea and that Felicity?
Did I say Felicity?
Yes,
Fuck.
you did.
God damn it.
I know you meant Thea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to talk for no reason.
Hey, but Felicity might be feeling kind of cheap knowing that Oliver has to marry Nissa.
Yeah, pretty much. She was
I
bitch
gave
about
him
it
my
forever.
soul. I gave him my everything that night, and he's going to marry her.
I know, like, where's the small violin when you need it?
All right. This is where I actually have to call foul on how they're acting in this regard, where they're thinking that's like, according to your perspective, Oliver is brainwashed. So, I
Well,
mean,
not really, no.
so what he's
Well, yeah,
doing,
not really.
He's not,
Perspective.
he's not brainwashed, dude.
Yeah, we know that, fucking Isaiah. We're saying that from their perspective.
Yeah, I'm telling
Yes.
it to Whedon, though. Not you guys telling it to Whedon. Big difference.
See,
oh my God.
What I found a little irritating
Wait. Go on, Charles.
No. All I was saying was, it's just that, I mean, from their perspective, like placing ourselves in their shoes, all they know what's going on with Oliver is that he is brainwashed. So whatever he's doing, the actions that he's been committing are not really him. Now, in respect to what happened with Lila, Diggle still has a right to be angry about that. He does.
Oh, yeah.
But with what's going on with Nissa marrying Oliver and all that, sure, Felicity's going to be a bit broken up about that. But at the same time, did she ever think about, like, maybe this whole thing is arranged, which, hey, turns out it is. So, and maybe Oliver doesn't have a choice.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, she acted like he joined the League of Assassins and walked up to Nissa and be like, "Hey, baby, can I put my sword in your sheath?
Yeah,
Right.
damn it.
Can I put my arrow all up on your quiver, baby?"
Right.
I mean, dude. Earlier in the episode, we had Malcolm tell him that Oliver was doing double agent work.
Yeah.
They didn't
that's
want to
because
believe
Oliver-
Malcolm. But then
Oliver-
Malcolm turns around and pleads his case to Roz as a bitch that Oliver is, quote unquote, playing him.
Right.
Then, right as Roz throws that stupid vial into the room, you got all about, "We trusted you! Ah!
Yeah,
Why are you doing this to us?" Like, goddamn, Roz can't figure out that
Right.
you're being playful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I gotta call foul on that as well, because being alive as long as Roz has been alive, I would have expected that he would have enough experience to be able to see something like this coming from like miles away.
Pretty much. You
So
start killing it.
for
Yeah.
him to be fooled like this, I have to call foul on that.
What I just said is
Yeah.
that's why I think
Here we
that
go.
it's I
see
think
it
there's
all now.
multiple layers to this.
Wait, Lou. Go ahead, Matt.
Waiting.
I think there's multiple layers to this. I think that Merlin betrayed Oliver. Merlin's not betraying Oliver. I think Merlin is doing exactly what Oliver is telling him to do. That Merlin had betrayed, quote unquote, betrayed Oliver is part of Oliver's plan.
Could be true, but I can see it all unfolding next week. We think Oliver was playing Roz, but Roz will pull the wool over his eyes.
This is what pisses me off about next week, and we actually discussed this at the end of the episode last week, is that where Oliver is right now, he is not ready to be in the next episode of The Flash.
Well, yeah.
The next episode of The Flash, he's helping out The Flash.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's like I'm actually glad you brought that up because I wanted to bring that up too. It's like because we've seen this discrepancy before because this happened during the whole Ray and Felicity crossover.
They went over there.
Whereas like I mean there's a week's discrepancy here, whereas the events of Arrow that you just saw is like I mean had happened already, and then it just mixes things up. So what we're going into next week is that the events of Arrow very clearly happened before the episodes of Flash, but the way they're broadcast is that we will see Flash before we see Arrow, and that's the one danger of doing these crossover universes like this, as far as TV is concerned. If they're not synced up, they stop making sense.
Buffy and Angel did it right. Buffy and Angel did it right.
Okay, but see, to the show's defense, what might have screwed this all up would have been that 1 week where Flash went on a break, but Arrow didn't.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Which kind of screwed up the timeline a little bit.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. It's like that shouldn't have happened.
Right.
Like,
and now I'm worried about the episode of Flash. Now I'm worried about it.
Okay, that was the main point. That's the other thing too. Like, since we know Oliver's not quote unquote brainwashed, like that makes everything more pointless with the Flash now. Like, at least it's gonna leak into the Flash storyline. It's like, oh crap. So it's gonna get more it's gonna be more complex and more confused to understand what the hell's going on.
Here's an idea for next week. Instead of us doing Flash on Wednesday, we move Daredevil to that slot and do Flash right after Arrow next week.
Let's do that. That's more better. Let's do that.
No.
Come on, better. I go better.
Isaiah,
we can keep the timeline in sync, Matt.
Exactly.
Isaiah, we have these schedules for a reason.
Yeah, it's like I mean that would work if they were broadcasting the shows in the reverse order. They're not, so.
It's weird because we're gonna see Oliver over here battling fucking Reverse Flash, and then the next day we're gonna see Oliver battling his season finale.
It's gonna be confusing.
And you're gonna see Flash show up there too.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
And that'll probably actually more explain how he got involved.
Okay, all right. I actually have a theory, and this is going to work inside of my speculation. So I'm actually going to hold on to it until speculation territory. So yeah.
Okay. Charles, that is an excellent plan. You should absolutely wait until wild speculations. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off for wild speculation time. Yeah. Charles, go ahead.
God damn it, DeAno.
That was predictable. That was predictable.
Okay, all right. I got my speculation. Oh no, I forgot it.
You didn't forget it. Stop lying. You're not Oliver. Stop lying.
Well played, Charles. Go ahead, though.
Yeah. But no, my speculation is that since, according to our perspective, we know that Oliver is not brainwashed, so maybe the way they explain it in the episode of Flash when Arrow shows up is that in the preview it says, "Sorry I'm late." That could mean like he tried to get away from Roz temporarily, like maybe he told Roz he had some things to take care of in Starling or something, and he ends up going into Central City to help the Flash during that time. And then after he's done helping the Flash fight Reverse Flash, then he goes back to Nanda Parbat to continue with his plan. That is the way that I see it playing out, and it could work. Story-wise, it could work.
Yeah, it
could. I got nothing else to say on that, but it could. Confusing, but it could.
Yeah.
All right, anyone else have any wild speculations?
Nope, no point.
Oh, damn, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this is like it's almost kind of hard to do. But go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say my wild speculation remains the same as it's been. Oliver gets his company back. There ends up becoming he does something like Arrow Incorporated, something to that effect. And I don't know, I don't know how he's gonna deal with Captain Captain Lance, but I think Arrow Incorporated is pretty much gonna take care of that.
So what you're saying is they're gonna do something similar to what they did in the comic books with Batman Incorporated.
Oh God.
Well, I know Arrow actually stealing a storyline from Batman would be unusual. But yes.
Oh God! Why, Whedon? Why?
Yeah.
I actually like the whole concept of Batman Incorporated. I thought it was cool.
No, Batman is cool. It's just that Arrow is using it, so he might.
Well, if Arrow does Arrow Incorporated, that just means that more and more vigilantes that'll be archers and all that will start showing up, and I'm like, hey,
just
that's
like
awesome.
Dude, just
fuck off.
Just like Batman, dude.
I think we're gonna get a fucking train scene next week from Batman Begins.
Oh God! Please don't say that.
Well,
It might
first off, in
happen.
order for that to work in Arrow, there needs to actually be a monorail, which I have yet to see one.
We didn't shut up. They will actually do it. Shut up. They will actually do it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Isaiah. It's like just fuck up. Shut up. Damn it. But next week I think it is going to be at least a good episode. It's going to be a good send off to everything. We should see some exciting things. Like I'm sure many of you watchers out there already saw the preview videos. So we know the Flash is going to show up, which you might not have seen unless you were paying very, very close attention to the teasers. There was like one 20-second teaser that was released and another 30-second teaser. Let's just say that Thea puts what Roy gave her to good use. And if you watch those teasers,
wait! She puts a good fucking to good use?
No. Good use. It's not fucking. It's class.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
I have one question. Since everybody else has a hard time remembering how to get to Nanda Parbat, how the fuck does the Flash find it in one quick instant?
He's the Flash. His showing up at Nanda Parbat instantly is the one person I can accept doing that.
Yeah, but
He just looks on Google right quick. Okay, it's 1,000 whatever miles that way. All right. Okay, Nanda Parbat. Ooh, nice place.
wow, that is really good question.
I get he can get there quick, but it ain't like you can find that bitch on Google Street View.
He could just keep running around the world till he finds it. It'd take like, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
It's like, I keep running. I got to run into it eventually. One of these places got to be Nanda Parbat.
Oh, yeah, look, this is where the Atom landed in this soft, fluffy
Iron Man
cornfield.
Iron Man like shape. Like, yes. That's Iron Man right there. Bootleg it is. Bargain bin right there.
All right,
Shit,
so
he has GPS tracker on Oliver's arrow bag.
Or pretty much Adam. Yeah.
all right, so we got the season finale next week, and of course, Geeks of the Round will be with you every single step of the way. YouTube.com/Geeks of the Round. If you have anything for us, you can always shoot us an email, geeksoftheround@gmail.com, or leave us a voicemail on our line. That number is 801-609. GOTR. Again, that is 801-609-4687. Until next week, this has been the Geeks of the Round discussion for Arrow, and we will see you next week for the finale.